All right. Test, test. All right. Okay, so that seems to be working. So this is the December recap, and also I guess 2024 sort of recap for the series, as it is the final. Well, it was the final month of the year. I know it's a few days after um, the end of the year that I'm doing this, but just didn't have time to get it out before. So let's just get right into it. So I'll look over my December estimates, um, see how I did in December, some random stuff. Um, look back and see how I did in this fourth quarter of 2024 and just the year in general. Get a look at how 2025 is going to go and what my plans are for this series, and then just a brief channel update. So let's get right into it. So our estimates for the month of December for the passive income, I was looking at 2.3% gain, which would put me at right at $550. So I was really hoping to hit that mark, to get above 550, and sort of keep moving up here. And then for the net worth, I was going for just a little smaller amount of 1.59%, which would put us at just under $160,000. But really, I was shooting for 2% more like. So either way, it was looking to be a decent month at least. And now I guess we can get right into it and see how I actually did. So here are the results for the final month of 2024. And for the passive income, I did reach my goal. I went up 3.7%, ended with $557.42. So just by like $7, I beat my goal there, and just continued this little uptrend here. Passive income still rising a bit here. Pretty crazy that I've been over $500 for the past 5 months now. So that's good to see, and hopefully I can keep it high as long as possible. But yeah, that's that. And now for the net worth, I got 2.49%, and I got over $160,000. I got to $161,009. So that is where I end the year. Really, these last 2 months did not think I would do this good. I was expecting at least one of these months to be really bad. This month of December, actually, I kind of talked about it in that little vlog that I posted like a day or two ago. Really, I think I technically could have hit about 3% this month. However, I did go and buy myself a new phone. So that took away a bit of the profits, but honestly, it doesn't concern me too much, because I've had such a great financial year here in 2024 that I've earned a little bit of a reward. So I went and got myself a nice phone, and I still ended with over $161,000. I officially end the year making a 44.43% improvement. I started with $111,000, and I ended at $161,000. Literally only like just under like $400 or $500 away from making $50,000 in profit in a year. So that's pretty crazy. I did not think I would be able to get anywhere close to this number. Really, my goal going into the year was 140,000, and I thought that was going to be a tough goal to get. But this year was just by far the best financial year I've ever had. So that's is a big help, obviously, even if, in the future I don't do as well. And I don't think I will. I think this is probably going to be my best financial year ever. But to have this extra $50,000 now, that helps a lot, earning more passive income, and just to have, so here's some random stuff. The trend lines that I've been doing the last few months, obviously passive income just keeps going up. Nothing's really changed there. Now for the net worth, the percentage, this is like the percentages that I get each month in profit. This is actually pretty interesting. Obviously, it's dipped down here the last few months as I've had a few worse months than I've had in the past. But what's crazy about this is since it's based off percentages, not total dollar amount, in theory, it should just keep slightly going down over time. I started the year at my first one was 3.14%. And then the dot at the end of the trend line will be the average of every single one of these throughout the year. So in theory, as my dollar amounts get higher, the percentages should go lower. But I started with 3.14%, and I have officially ended the year with a higher average than when I started. I started at 3.14% average per month, and I ended with 3.15% each month, which is really ridiculous because when you make $50,000 in a year, the percentages should definitely go down. But somehow I've managed to keep it right about the same and even positive a little bit, which is just absurd. So really happy about that. As for the total dollar amounts, performed below average in December, although if I didn't buy the phone, it would have been positive. But still, as long as I'm really keeping close to that, the average line, that's still really good. That's my average, I think, is like about $4,000 a month. So that's pretty good. But I end the year with, I think, 4 times performing below average. But that means 8 times above average. So overall, it was a pretty good year. And here's my updated financial history of all time. And as you can see, 2024 now complete. Really just an absurd year. As you can see, obviously, like this, over year, the percentages are going down. 217 to 132. Last year was 46%. This year, 44%. But when it comes to a pure dollar amount, obviously by far my best year ever. Only one that was even close was 2022, where I made $43,000. This year, $49,000. That would have been crazy if I hit 50,000, but like I said, I did buy a phone, so that kind of ruined that. But at the end of the day, $500 won't be the end of the world. Really have loved the growth here that I've been seeing the last few years, and hopefully we can keep it up to some extent. And I guess let's take a look at how the fourth quarter has been here. For the passive income, this is the first time actually in these last 3 months here, our average for the fourth quarter actually dropped. Pretty much every quarter before they had all been going up, but this time it actually dropped only $9. So still $536 on average the last 3 months. That's still really good, but the only reason it really dropped is because this quarter 3 one is so skewed from this $734 a month. Just the way that things worked out, I kind of got extra passive income there. If that never happened, then this would have been a bit lower, and this wouldn't have been a decrease. But so even though it was a decrease, I'm not really sad about it. Like I said, this one's kind of skewed a little bit, and $536 on average in a month is still really good. So overall, I would say huge success this year on the passive income, without a doubt. Way more than I ever could have expected. So very happy about that, and we'll see what happens in 2025. As for the net worth, going into this fourth quarter, I was honestly expecting between 3 and like 5%. But I really overperformed once again and ended with 8.79% in these last 3 months. Really crazy. I knew October would be a decent month. November was kind of up in the air, and December I thought would be a poor month actually. But I just really, really overperformed and ended with it's only my third best quarter, but quarter one and quarter three were just absurd. 16.1%. That was ridiculous. Obviously, quarter two only 1.87% because of that bad month in April. But quarter three was just really good again, thanks to August, my best month ever. And then quarter four was just solid all around. Yeah. And as for 2024 as a whole, the passive income, like I said, just insane. I was going into this year, I was hoping to hit $400, and now I've been consistently hitting $500 for months now. And yeah, and with how it's looking like interest rates are going to stay a little bit higher for longer, not as many interest rate cuts, so that should help. But yeah, we're just going to keep going and see how long I can keep this up for, I guess. As for the net worth, not much else to say. Overall, it was mostly a flawless year except for April. Pretty crazy though. If I really didn't mess up in April, I could have had an extra like $3,000-$4,000. But it is what it is. You live and you learn. But that's really the only major mistake I think I can think of. Yeah, pretty much April was just pretty poor. Obviously, there were ways I could have improved. But it is what it is. And I think at the end of the day, despite making mistakes, obviously I just did so good enough every other month that it really just made up for it. And, it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, I guess not much else to say about 2024. Just very much exceeded expectations, and I'm really happy about it. So what about 2025? So 2025 is going to be an interesting year. I think there's a lot of uncertainty going into 2025. And mostly just because I don't know what's going to happen. Right now, my hours at work have been cut quite a bit. So for the month of January, I'll be fine. But looking at February and March, I don't know what's going to happen. I could end up becoming a full-time employee because technically I'm still on part-time. If I get full-time around then obviously I won't ever have to worry about getting enough hours again. But I don't know for sure if that's going to happen. So it's hard to say. So things could be maybe poor for a month or two, and then things could be pretty solid the rest of the way. Or I guess worst case scenario, things could be bad for a majority of this year. But that's really hard to answer. So I really just don't know what's going to happen. So I think these first 2 to 3 months this year are probably going to be the most critical and sort of setting the path for how 2025 is going to shape. But already off the bat, I'm definitely thinking I'm going to make less than I did these last few years. So I think this year I'm going to have to really focus on saving money. Whereas, this last year I was really focused on making more money. This year I think I'll be making less, but I think I'm going to have to try my best to save more money. Second, looking into switching from maybe, the sort of passive income journey to more investing. If I do go full time, I think at that point I have to start looking more towards a long-term perspective. Having the passive income right now is nice in the short term, but investing is probably a better idea long term. I did try to do some investing in 2024 back in the first few months of the year, but obviously in April I kind of stopped that because I kind of made some mistakes and kind of regret that now, but it is what it is. But I think what I'm going to do here, which I've kind of technically already started, is the fund that or the stock that I was investing in 2024 to kind of just track the general S&P 500. But what I was worried about is that if that performed poorly, then I was obviously potentially losing money on that, and I also wasn't making any passive income off of it. But I think I kind of solved that solution now. I'm going to be investing in a different fund called SCHD. Last year, I put money into a fund called SCHX, which was just more for growth. This SCHD, though, there is still solid growth, but it also offers a good dividend payout, which is basically passive income at like 3%. So it's a good way to get guaranteed passive income while still potentially making some solid gains. And I feel a bit better about putting money into this, knowing that even if the stock price drops, I can still hold on to it and still constantly make passive income off of it. Whereas with my other stock that I had money in last year, I couldn't do that. So that's why I feel a bit more comfortable about this. And even though there's some uncertainty in the stock market with how 2025 is going to go, I think that even if the stock market does drop, I would still feel okay still buying into that, because I know that even if I have to hold it for the stock price to go up for a long time, I'll still be constantly making passive income off of it still. So I'm thinking that's kind of what I'm going to do. How much is kind of up in the air, because right now interest rates on my bank account and stuff are still good. So I think I'm just going to slowly put money in there over time. However, if there is a big market crash, then I would think I would switch a lot of my money into the stock market then, because you want to buy when it's really low. But we'll just have to see what happens. I'm just going to keep my options open for now. And but eventually I would maybe kind of like to turn this into like a second retirement fund or whatever. But like I said, there's a lot of uncertainty, so I think plans could all change in the next few months, but we're just going to have to see. Also in 2025, some expenses. Obviously, I got to put it's like $7,000 into my Roth IRA again. That's going to be a lot. That's kind of why I had a big drop in April last year in 2024. And then I have been thinking about purchasing a new car. That could cost me upwards of like $10,000 maybe. So that would be a huge expense, but I don't know. So with all those, and with likely having a lower income this year, it makes things a little sketchy. So I'm not really sure how this year is going to go. Like I said, there's a lot of uncertainty. It could be a pretty solid month or a solid year again, or it could be a really bad year. I don't really know what's going to happen, but I just have to take it one day, 1 month at a time, and just do the best that I can. But thankfully, even if it does end up being a bad year, obviously, I'm up like almost $50,000 from last year. Even if I do go into, even if I have a poor year and I lose $10,000, I'd still be way up from where I was 2 years ago. So I can probably weather a bad year if needed, but obviously I don't want to make it a bad year. I would like to make money this year. So we're just going to have to see what happens. Plans for this series, as you can tell here, I didn't make any estimates for the month of January. I think I'm not going to do those anymore. I'm just going to... I was going to make a graph, but I didn't really have time for it. All my estimates for the passive income, I only missed one time. And for the net worth, I only missed one time. I hit all my other estimates, so pretty happy about that. But for 2025, I don't think I'm going to do those. I'll just report what I did for my passive income and my net worth stuff. Some other things that I will look at here in a second. I got to pull it up on my phone. Some things I want to improve on also in 2025. My credit score, actually. I just would like to get it to an all-time high. Let's see. Where is it? So going into 2024, my credit score was 755, and right now it sits at 779. My all-time high a few months ago was 784. So I would like to get back above that, maybe to 785 at least, try and get an all-time high on that. It dropped because I applied for a new credit card like a month ago, so that's why it dropped several points. But I would like to get that back up, and because when you have a higher credit score, you get better interest rates on like loans and stuff. So whenever I do buy a house, I would get a lower interest rate on my mortgage, which would save me a lot of money in the long run. And same goes like I usually buy my cars like fully outright instead of like getting a loan or anything. But if you do, if someone would take out a loan for a car, that would help there too. But so just trying to prepare for the future really with that. And then let's look at my other investments. So I have been, where is this? Starting to put some money into SCHD. Whoops. Let me log into this first. And I don't have much. I only have like 9 shares so far. All right, right there. Yeah. And at the moment, apparently I'm only down 0.71%, which is not bad. I was actually down quite a bit more before, but it's only like $250 worth of stock so far. So that's not much, but just looking to keep growing that position over time, because obviously it pays like a 3% dividend. So right now I'm only at like $9 of passive income from that in a year, but obviously I'm going to keep growing that as much as I can. And then hopefully the stock price also grows as time goes on, so I would make money from that too. So I think it's a good investment to hold for the long term. So that's why I'm doing it. And then the only other thing really to look at in my sort of, I guess, overall financial history is my Roth IRA, which is, I guess, at the moment my main retirement account. So I will look and see where that is at the moment. And that is sitting at just under $31,000. Had a 15% return on that this last year. I started 2024. Where is that? With $20,136, and I ended this year with $30,840. So that's what is that? That's just over $10,000 gain there. So that was really good. But yeah, it was a pretty good year for that too. So just looking to improve in all these sort of areas financially in my life in 2025. And yeah, so, but my regular cash might be a bit tougher this year, but I'm hoping to still do solid on it and improve in all these other areas. So like I said, I'm not going to do any more of the estimates, just going to come in and report each month. So we'll see what happens. And now just a brief channel update. Shaga Shinro, I'm trying to get these tournaments edited and airing in 2025 and potentially some new tournaments filmed, but we're going to have to wait and see. I still have that adventure series that I filmed back in the summer of last year here that I still have to edit. Probably will start working on those after I get these Xiaogai returns edited. So I hope I can get those out in 2025 as well. I still want to finish that shiny hunting series. It's been a while since I've done a live stream for that. So looking forward to do that. And then hoping to just do some more random stuff throughout the year, some random other series as I think of them. But I think that's really it for this video. Yeah, it was just a phenomenal year, 2024. But so we're going into 2025 in a good position, but obviously you just got to take it 1 month at a time. 2025 is going to have its challenges, but I think as long as I'm smart about it, I can come out ahead. So thank you for watching this live stream and this series here in 2024, and we're going to get right to it in 2025. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.